Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Fresh Out the Box Plays Savage World Deadlands. I am the Game Master, Johananon.
I'm Casualty CDG, but you can call me Gary. And tonight, I'll be playing the part of the harrowed undead Pete. That's Heavy Pete Perkins to you.
Hello, and welcome back once again to Fresh Out the Box, everybody. My name is Kevin, and tonight I will be reprising the role as Crooked Charlie, and you best not forget it, you ass.
And hey, folks, I'm Matt, but tonight I'm playing the trick-riding skeptic, James Daffodil.
Tonight, Thomas will not be joining us tonight. He is out of commission. He hurt his something. I don't know. I don't want to give away too many personal details.
That's not, you make it sound like he broke his dick.
Sure, yeah, we'll go with that. He broke his dick.
He did not, to my knowledge, break his dick.
Goes to show how much you know.
He's got a broke dick. Everyone knows you can't come on fresh out the box with a bread dick. But yeah, so.
Well, I guess I better be taking off, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh no!
Thank you
The part
very much.
of Thomas will be reprised by no one.
Okay. I've always been a fan of that guy.
There you go. But yeah, so where we last left off, you guys had a train heist, no? And that went more or less okay. Afterwards, you traveled through sparser and sparser desert kind of lands, running low on water. One of you passed out and only recently got back up on your horse due to fatigue. But right now, you guys finally see water, Sweetwater. You and the crew are leading the cattle through a pretty easy going river situation. Not like the last one. This is, get your water, get the cattle across. You guys stopped the cattle from stampeding towards the water source because it was the first water they had seen in a while. But after about half the cattle make it across the river, something floats to the surface and begins to attack the Lazy S crew. They are snakes. Swarms of snakes floating to the surface of the river. So, we're going to open up with the hot fire. It's going to be everybody draw your cards.
Just for those of us who are just joining for the first time, I'm partly undead. I have a crimson sleeveless duster now that I stole off of a corpse and a crimson velvet hat with a bullet-resistant duster underneath that. I'm a tall, wide undead with a hole above my eye where a bullet went through my head, and some of my ribs are exposed, and there's grubs and maggots like crawling around inside my chest.
Tasty fella.
You got to make sure everybody knows exactly what Heavy Pete Perkins looks like. I have a sawed-off shotgun on my hip, and I have a big two-handed, like a big club, a big war club. And at some point, we fought a boss, and I sucked his soul out and got bone shards that I haven't used yet.
Yeah, you sucked that dude's bone right out of his body.
Oh, come on. When you say it like that...
Is bone shards the reason that Thomas isn't joining us?
There you go.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So, who had... Alright, so the 10 and the 5 is the Crooked Charlie.
That's right, the one and only. Also, yeah, again, if you guys are joining us, part of the reason the voice is the way that it is, Crooked Charlie is a geriatric fuck. He is in his 60s. Then I went back and made him a little bit younger, so now he is in his 60s. Yeah, so keep that in mind as well, just for some painting of the pictures in the mind. And then we got, I think, some fan art a couple weeks ago, which was really cool from Mr. Xavier.
That was cool.
Yeah, that's around
First
somewhere.
ever, I believe.
I think that's on our Facebook.
If it's not, it should be. I actually meant to share it around. I just didn't. But yeah.
Yet.
We here, fresh out the box, sometimes drop things through the cracks. But hey, so you guys all drew your cards. Mr. Daffodil, you drew yourself a Joker, which means you're going first, and everybody gets a Benny.
Nice.
Anytime someone draws a Joker on initiative, they give their entire team a Benny, which is
I
very
like
nice.
that. You should do
I think
that
it's the
some
first
more.
time that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's the second time.
Second time.
But yes, so you guys are definitely fighting these snakes. So, Daffodil, what you doing? These snakes float to the surface of this river. The cows start to get spooked. Some of them get bit.
Oh no. Can I try to do some riding to see if I can get the cows away?
Yeah, try to wrangle the cow, hurry them up, get them out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, go ahead.
All right.
Give me that riding check.
Will a 6 do it?
A 6. So a 6 is a success. Yes.
Nice.
Even with your fatigue penalty. So yeah, don't you get to re-roll all riding checks?
I do.
Yeah, give it a try. You might do
All right.
better. You do not. So yeah, the 6. I actually don't know. You can definitely keep the first one because I made you reroll. But I think in the future you choose to reroll, and you take the second roll. But yeah, I forget. It is. Yeah, you definitely ride your horse through this water. You're hurrying the cows up. You're prioritizing the herd, and you're definitely helping them get out of harm's way. Mr. Pete Perkins.
I'm going to try to get, usually what I do is, try to push the crowd from behind, yell and scream at them. This one, I'm going to get smart. I'm going to go across and get ahead of them and then yell and scream at them so they don't get too far ahead. And so I'm gonna ride across the river, get up in front of the herd, and start screaming, try to corral them in here so they don't run off and spread out too far. With an intimidation check, if I may.
Yeah, sure.
A 9 with the intimidation check.
That's a success.
So I ride up. Come on now, get over here! Don't go too far, doggies! And shoot my sawed off and, a few meters away in front of them, loud noise to keep them turned back the other way.
Yeah, they start to circle up a bit, but they start heading back the other way a little bit. They kind of get turned about. They're confused. They don't know where to go. Charlie.
Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and sprint around to the back, bring up the rear, and try to, get the rest of the cattle across before dealing with this threat of the snakes in the river. Because obviously, the way that Charlie deals with things, we need to get all of the friendlies out of the way first. So I'm going to attempt a very D4 Christmas on a riding roll. Okay. Couple of 3s in the pocket there.
That's not so bad.
Not so bad for a drunk old man.
Alrighty.
So he's gonna ride up behind him and be like, "Come on, I think we're going that way."
So a 3 is not good enough.
Cool.
So yeah, you're just kind of having trouble. You wade into the water, on your horse, and you try to push these things forward, and they just kind of mill about. But now it's the snakes. Snakes are going to. You see several. They're kind of in these like clusters, kind of floating on the water top. You see these 4 clusters of snakes, and they're going to try to attack. First off, Crooked Charlie. Let's see here.
Oh Jesus! Are these things poisonous?
No, they are not poisonous. Okay.
Who said that?
So you're gonna be taking 6 damage here. They don't actually roll. They just hit you. There's too many of them. They jump all over you, and they just start biting on you. You can try to avoid the damage in the typical ways by rolling using bennies.
Yeah, I mean, we did get the extra one. I want to go ahead and dump a Benny on that.
Yeah, dump a Benny.
Mainly because I'm totally drawing a blank on how to take some damage. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that Benny. And what does that look like in terms of a roll?
Oh, roll a d6. Actually,
right.
It might be a spirit roll, actually. Sorry. I actually had the page open right now. Let me just clarify.
Yeah. Here at Fresh Out the Box, we
Sorry.
always love learning rules.
What's your toughness? I forgot about that step.
6 with a 2 in parentheses, so I imagine an 8 total.
Oh. So they're going to jump all over you, and they're just going to bite and slither. Some of them get into your coat. But they're having trouble getting you through your clothes. You're pretty covered up. So that's better than what was about to happen. Cool. So, another one of the clusters is going to go for a bunch of the cows. They're all over the cows. They're biting at them. The cows are getting kind of cut up a little bit. Another group of cows. Ooh. And then a third swarm of them, like, eat a whole cow. Just take it out. They bite it to death. It dies in the water. And then the final one is going to get old boy James Daffy as he's trying to usher these cows along. What's your toughness, sir?
A 12.
Oh, well, they don't get you. It's really high. Fuck. But hey, that's good. So, they all went. It is now back to the top of the order with Pete.
The Joker's not at the top anymore.
Sorry. Daffodil.
Pete Daffodil.
Daffodil.
What a handsome young man. Undead skeptical trick writer. I don't believe in myself.
I'm going to try to turn the cows, like if they cross or they get out of the river, and Pete is like over here. I want to go down, like that way, like following downstream.
You're just gonna start pushing the cows down the river.
Out of the river, but still down.
Gotcha.
Along the bank.
Go ahead and give me another check.
Bam.
Yeah, that's a success. So yeah, you're even in your fatigued state, you're still more than a match for your job. You're the best damn rider on the trail. So they are going to move to your every command. You're going to push them out the river. You make a lot more leeway. They are about 75% out of the water now.
Gotcha.
Which happened really fast. That was about 12 seconds. You got about a quarter of the herd through the river, FYI. And Pete's keeping them from getting too far ahead, but Pete, it is your turn. Daffy kind of turned them the way that you were turning them.
Yes, he took the lead and leads them down that way. I'll jump off the horse, walk back towards the river, and level that sawed-off shotgun towards the snake pit.
Alrighty. Does that do AoE damage?
It does, like, cone, I think. I think that's a thing.
Area of effect. Okay, so it does do area of effect, which means that you can go ahead and, shoot one of these clusters of snakes.
So I'm going to try to shoot it from, with as little cows in range. I don't want to blast a cow.
If you shoot the swarm that just rushed over a cow, that cow's dead. So
good. That's the one I'll shoot.
Yeah. Boom!
I rolled a 4.
4 is good enough to hit. It is not hard to hit a giant cluster of snakes.
That's still good meat.
Let me know how much that does.
I did 17, 18, 19, 21 damage.
Oh.
So what happens? 21 damage, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Which means... yeah. So, you blow apart quite a few of them. Like, you just see, like, an explosion of snakes' heads just getting separated. And then that cluster, they all kind of get spooked and disperse into the water. Obviously, you didn't kill the whole swarm, but you did defeat the swarm.
Is there another swarm within view?
Yeah, there are 3.
I want to keep walking through the water and see the next swarm I can get without blasting a cow. Like, getting waist deep up in water, and I'll take the -2.
Yeah, go ahead. Take that -2 for an additional action, and give me that roll.
I rolled a 3, but I'm gonna Benny this baby.
All right.
And I might even Benny it twice just to look cool.
That's
a 5.
Yeah,
that 5 makes
that
a 3. Yeah.
That you let rip the other chamber of the sawed-off shotgun.
Oh, damn! 27 damage on that one.
Yeah, Pete just walks along the bank and blasts away 2 of these giant swarms of snakes like it's nothing. No, well done for sure. The cool thing about the snake swarms is that the fact that you're doing an area of effect weapon is mitigating what makes them so strong. So, yeah, you just murdered them. It's pretty good. I like it. So, Crooked Charlie, you see one of the swarms that was about to overtake you, along with the one that's on you, gets blown apart. Sorry, the one that's on you gets blown apart, but the other one is about to help. Yeah.
As the Beastmaster, I don't think Charlie's really in any hurry to get out of the water. He's not too afraid of the snakes, but he does start. I imagine that from Jim Daffy's point of view, he kind of hears it a little quieter than Pete hears it. But Charlie starts giving that telltale cackle of "I'm about to pull out my flamethrower." So he just kind of starts cackling, and then you hear him shout, "Who wants dinner, boys?" And he's going to go ahead and level that flamethrower at the ideally remaining 2 groups of snakes. I'm not sure if I'll be able to hit them both. It's got quite the spread, but...
You'll be able to hit one for sure.
Hot. We'll hit one for sure, then.
Hey, go ahead and give me that flamethrower business.
That's a damage roll. Is it just regular shooting for that one?
Yes? I think it's heavy weapons, if that's a thing.
Do you want a strength roll instead?
Sure.
Cool. I don't have heavy weapons, so we're going to Benny that one.
Benny.
There we go. We're going to stick with the 6.
And the ghost rock in your flamethrower is still ignited from before, and before it goes out, you manage to burn out all of the snakes around you. You just kind of spin in a circle, and you guys hear the telltale screaming of souls as the energy from the ghost rock is released in a purplish, soul-fueled fire. And these, give me the damage.
Gladly.
I feel like it'll probably...
16 total.
That's high enough to burn out these snakes. Yeah, you guys didn't fall for the you didn't do the wrong things, so that's fun. There is one snake pit thing left. I'm gonna see. You are a Beastmaster, which I forgot about. But let's see if they continue, or if they're like, "Fuck this, we're just snakes." Yeah, fuck this. They're just snakes. The blood of their fallen brethren trigger their fear response, and they just kind of slither away downstream. But no, yeah, mission's accomplished. At a few moments later, Daffy has the rest of the cows out of the water, and y'all can continue on the way.
All right.
I'll come splashing out halfway muddy and wet from the knees down. Damn, I didn't want to have to get in that river.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, looks like you managed to stay dry, Mr. Daffodil.
I sure did.
And I'll climb up onto my horse and almost fall over the top of it. Of course, top heavy.
Yeah, those swarms
Top heavy Pete.
would have been much more difficult for a different party, but not for the AoE squad over here. But yeah, so only one cow bit it back there, which isn't bad. That's fine. Like, Sutter doesn't even really bat an eye at it. It happens.
I can see it. What are they doing with that dead cow? Is anybody skinning it or keeping the meat, or are they just letting it be dead in the river?
I mean, the snakes are like still there, and they're still like eating it. I mean, you could try to get it if you wanted to, but
I'm not going to get it, but I'm going to cut a bunch of meat off of it, since I can eat raw, rotten, and foul meat.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, there's like just a pile of snake corpses on the riverbank if you want to just eat that.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'm going to get a bunch of those, a bunch of dead snake meats.
Yeah, they just washed up on shore. A couple of the heads snap at you.
Write down mini dead snake meats.
Yeah.
And you can let me know when I don't have many dead snake meats anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. Since you can just eat gross shit because you're a monster. I like it. I like it. Yeah, you pick up just a pile of meat that no one else would ever eat.
Except for Nerd the bird flies out of the sky. And
that's fair. Your vulture
heavy Pete's shoulder and tries to get some of his.
Yeah, we'll say your vulture goes and tries to eat with them because they eat the same stuff.
I pass my fear check and I tell that thing to buzz off. I push it away and get my food and come back.
It goes back to circling.
Yeah, he'll just.
I considered giving him the meal.
He'll just
because of my fear of birds.
He'll just land and pick one up and fly away. There's plenty to go around. But yeah, so you guys are on the other side of this riverbank. Sutter and Luke. Come on, let's move on out now. James Daffy, you still pretty tired today.
Right.
And Luke will pedal back to where you're at and be like, hey, you did good. Why don't you just take the rest of the day off till you feel a little better, huh, man?
You don't have to ask me twice.
Yeah, so he gives you the rest of the day off. You can go fuck off on the wagon that you guys own. Just sit there and rest up. So you guys are following a river. Water is no longer an issue because you're following a river. And you guys are heading to Roswell because it's nearby. As you guys know, because that's where that train that you guys jacked was heading. God, that was funny. Wasn't expecting all the murder and robbery. But hey, expect the unexpected, I guess. So you guys are going to be heading along the river. It's pretty lackluster for the next week. It's really just flavor. You guys are out here for another week, driving these cows for another fucking week. And during that time, Daffy, you recover. You are given light duty for a little while since you pushed yourself a little too hard, and they acknowledge that. And yeah, eventually, you guys arrive south of Roswell, New Mexico. There's very little to distinguish this patch of wilderness from the desert that you just left, other than the growing depths of the Pecos River. But just knowing there's a sizable town nearby is reassuring. Sutter's going to set up camp and has the crew and you guys lead the herd into a shallow box canyon on the east side of the river. Once that's done, he rounds up the crew and he's going to have a little chat with you guys. It's been a hard ride so far. Given the state of the herd, I'm going to head to the army base. I'm going to try and sell our stock now. If that doesn't work out, I'm going to talk to Lone Star. Their main lines run through here, and they can handle this kind of capacity. I'm taking Abby and a couple others with me. Luke, you're in charge of the rest till we get back. Y'all keep your heads down and stay out of trouble, alright? So essentially, he's going to go to the army base. He's going to try and be done with this. If this succeeds, the cattle drive's done. You know, you guys get paid, and that's it. But if the army base doesn't want none of it, do you actually do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
As when he tells us to keep our heads down and stay out of trouble, I'm going to go ahead and roll my eyes and give him one of those.
I mean, he's just going to look at you like you're an old coot, because you're an old coot. But yeah, so it's either going to be the army base or the rail line that he does not know that you guys wrecked a train on a couple nights ago. So he does not know that there's a wrecked train upstream from this, which is really funny. You guys didn't actually know that was going to be a repercussion of this.
Nope.
It's funny. I accidentally opened my Microsoft Store. Watch out.
Oh, no.
But yeah, so they're going to ride out. It's going to be Abby, her dad's Mr. Sutter, and we'll say he's going to take the... What do you guys call them? The
jabronis?
Yeah, the jabronis. He's going to take those two goons so that they don't pick on anybody. And then he's going to... Oh, what happened? Oh, new like. Thanks, Fresh Out the Box, for liking Fresh Out the Box.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's going to take a few people, and they're going to head on off. We'll say he also takes Jack. Jack will go with him. Abraham stays. So about an hour later, they actually head off. And any two of them... Okay, yeah. And that's all that happens there. Until later that night. So you guys have until nightfall before I pick it up again. Is there anything that you guys wanted to do in the camp? You don't have to. Just,
I think Daffodil's just resting.
Hey, Charlie.
What's that?
You mind coming over here for a second?
I suppose I don't have anything else to do. What's going on, Pete?
Suppose I need to rest.
Oops.
Suppose so.
And suppose I start sleepwalking and tearing shit up while I'm sleepwalking.
Oh, I like where this is going.
No,
You want me
you
to
don't.
put some dynamite on you? Like
You
a
don't.
jacket?
No, I don't want you to put a dynamite jacket on me. What I want you to do is keep me from terrifying people in my sleep.
Huh. Well, I kind of have a similar issue with my night terrors, so yeah, I think I could do that for you, Pete.
I appreciate it. Let me know what I owe you when you think of it.
Okay. Matter of fact, I think I figured it out. Here, take this. I noticed your club kind of fucking sucks. I'd like to take this opportunity in the camp to give him a weapon that I've not used at all. It's essentially the same exact war club that he's been using, but it's the ghost steel version of it.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Because I spent a bunch of money on that, and
You do have a better club.
Damn, that's a nice club, Charlie.
Yeah, I'd say that's about all you owe me. Just take this so I don't have to carry it anymore.
Yeah, it looks too heavy for you anyways.
What did you do with the Gatling gun?
It's mounted to the Daffodil's cart.
That's what I thought. Just wanted to make sure.
Yes, sir. The Ghost Steel War Club, you said it's the same damage and everything. Does it have a magic quality to smash ghosts?
It is a strength plus 1d8 plus 1, and it has an armor piercing value of plus 3.
It is not the same then.
It's not
You're
no
welcome.
Ghost Steel.
No.
So what Ghost Steel
Very-
is, I mean, so I don't know how much you guys know about like regular metallurgy, but you have to use. I'm pretty sure you have to use coal and special techniques to get steel because it has to get so hot for you to make it. Because steel is just iron plus carbon, I believe. And in this instance, ghost steel, instead of coal, you're using ghost ore, which is a fuel source, fueled by the souls of the dead and damned, and so the steel has this sheen on it that every now and again you can kind of see faces. Anything that is involved with the ghost ore always has that haunted property. When you take this club, a little voice in your head says, "Yes, I can hear them. I can hear them." And then for a brief moment, you hear this cacophony of voices, like just everything, just women, children, adults, everybody. Just for the briefest second, you get this glimpse into what is actually happening in the steel of your ghost club.
Interesting.
But the first voice that you heard was that of your demon.
Well, looks like you two are going to get along just fine. Now let me rig up something to stop your nasty ass from walking around. I'm going to go ahead and do, I guess, a repair check to try to rig up something for him to be safe in.
Be more specific.
I mean, what I picture is more or less like an open coffin that I've kind of strapped him down to.
When
Mainly,
he sleeps?
What's up?
When he sleeps?
Correct.
Werewolf rules. Okay. Yeah, you can put like a container in your wagon for him to be strapped down in when he sleeps, if you want. That is one way around some of that.
Does
it
that
has
seem
some
comfortable?
downsides. Let's not forget. But yes.
Does this seem like it'll work for you, Pete? Last thing I want to do is lock you in an early grave.
Nah, it looks a lot better than the alternative, which is everybody out there locking me up on an early grave.
Works for me.
Yeah, you're, how do you say it? Matoya? What are they called?
It's like Mantu.
Mantu,
I think it's a Mantu.
Yeah, your Mantu spirit it's been quiet for the past week or so. But it's been kind of starting to talk to you a little bit more lately, and then when you touch that ghost club, it kind of woke up a little bit. It doesn't necessarily mean that using that thing is going to keep it constantly present, but it did just kind of. They're called Manitoy.
There you go.
Manitow. I want to say it right. Manatee spirit.
Earth.
They're the cows of the spirit sea. Spirit cows. But yeah. So you guys, with that repair check, you do successfully rig up a makeshift jail cell, essentially, for him to sleep in. You're chaining him to the cart, and then he's like also confined by like a box. It's a shackle coffin, I guess, for lack of a better term. You can call it the shackle coffin. That's fine.
It's a pretty good term. Yeah.
And yeah, so that sounds like a good use of your guys' time for the day. As night falls, everyone's kind of hanging out. People, Abraham's sitting there, listening to Luke play the harmonica. Luke's just kind of, he's been doing the trail thing for a long time, so they find ways to entertain each other. A couple people start dancing when the tune gets a little more jaunty. After what can only be described as a somber tune. But once it picks up, everyone kind of comes to life a little bit. Start dancing around with each other, having a good time. But then, a distant rumble from the west seems to foretell an approaching thunderstorm. Some of the more experienced cowhands fetch canvas tarps from the chuck wagon, grumbling about a long, wet night ahead. A flicker of light first appears to be a lightning flash on the horizon, followed by more rumbling. Then the flickering becomes a steady glow, which abruptly rises off the ground towards the clouds to the west. The restless longhorns begin to stir at the strange goings-ons. Their mood worsens by the second as the arc of the strange object streaks into the sky like a rocket and turns toward the lazy-ass herd. Shortly thereafter, it rises into the clouds, and although its rumble can still be clearly heard, at least its glow ceases to threaten the skittish cows. Suddenly there's a flash, and the object, now clearly jetting flame and smoke, plummets back out of the clouds and hurtles toward the ground about a mile or so from the camp. Luke quickly sets the crew to calming the cattle before a full-fledged stampede can materialize. And then he turns to you guys. You greenhorns, get over there and find out what this thing is. I don't want things getting mucked up trying to rein in these bull-headed brutes in the dark.
I knew we should have gone to the damn town. The fort. I knew we should have gone to the damn fort.
Well, it's too late now. We better go quick.
Hell, I should have turned into bed early when Charlie made me that damn casket.
Yeah, it's too late now, but we'll save it for later, bud.
All right. It looks like two of you are ready to go see what the hell that is. Of course, I shouldn't be surprised you just seen some shit blow up. Of course, you want to see it, Charlie.
Hell yeah, I just sad I couldn't blow it up my damn self.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Yeah.
You guys hear JJ talking in the distance. But yeah, so you guys head out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So since you guys aren't following anything in particular, you're just trying to head towards where this thing landed. Give me an easy navigation. You can do survival, I think would be apt.
What attribute is survival based on?
It's a stat. It's underneath stealth. It's a smarts. But
Good
your
smarts.
survival might be lower than your smarts.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's true. If you're not trained, you have to do a shitty roll.
Yep.
Is anyone trained in survival?
Negative. But I think Butch is. He's just not here.
Butch's disembodied voice would be like, follow the smoke or something. And you guys will have be aided.
Away. Follow the way of the West.
I'm going to give you guys a bit of an easier time here because you are down a man. Butch, for sake of ease, I'm going to say Butch went into town with Mr. Sutter. Because Butch wanted to keep an eye on, or Mr. Sutter wanted to keep an eye on him. Uh-oh. You guys back yet?
I'm back. I don't
see Kevin now.
Yeah, me neither.
Me neither.
Maybe Kevin's dead. Kevin, are you dead? Oh, here Kevin. Oh, it's Kevin.
Ooh.
He's not dead.
Hey.
It's like one of those Scream movies where somebody got me.
Hey, Alicia.
Hello.
How's it going? Yeah. So, you guys head on out. I am gonna take it a little easier on this part, just because you guys are a man down. So, and again, I said Butch went in with Sutter into town just so Sutter could keep an eye on the troublemaker. But yeah, so you guys head on out. You guys will come across the crater. It's not really a crater. It's just you find where it is. The object's landing point isn't hard to find. Small fires lit by the impact serve as beacons as the cowboys make their way through the sparsely vegetated countryside. The object lies on flat ground near the river. There they discover the object is actually a man in a United States Army uniform wearing a large rocket pack. Or rather, was. The man's landing left a lot to be desired, not the least of which was his own survival. The rocket pack suffered a similar fate and now is capable of flying only if tossed off a cliff, and then only for as long as it takes it to reach the ground.
Me too.
But that's what you guys see.
Well, that's pretty weird.
You think he's gonna make it?
I didn't know the government employed aliens for the services.
There ain't no aliens. Just science guys. That's a science guy.
Yeah, this here looks like a jetpack for a science guy.
Yeah.
I've never seen me a science guy before.
Well, you're seeing you half of one right there.
I guess, never seen a full one, I guess.
Charlie, what do you make of that pack? You think you can make that blow up?
I can make anything blow up, buddy.
Well, let's bring it back with us. You never know when you might need something like that.
Looks like it'll still fly, too, if you throw it off the side of something high enough.
Everything flies once, Charlie.
Damn, I didn't know you was a poet, Heavy Pete.
I turn around and kick my horse. Unless there's something else you see down there.
Can I go ahead and do like a notice roll, which is gonna fail?
I encourage it.
That sounds hot. Let's give it a shot.
It does sound hot.
I think we'll keep it.
That is a success. So, the soldier is unfortunately dead from the crash, but a notice roll finds a bullet hole in the jacket of his uniform with a corresponding wound.
Looks like somebody shot him down.
Were any of you in the military?
In real life?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, I think I was a bad outlaw.
I'm not sure why I specified. It's a no regardless.
Oh, that changes everything. Still no. Yeah.
So now you were in the military. Okay. So that takes that off the table. But yeah, so you approach, you're checking stuff out, you notice that he's been shot. You don't know if you don't think that's what killed him. The crash seems to be what killed him. And you're not sure what happened with the jetpack. You're not sure why the jetpack stopped working. But, since you're a repair boy, you can do a repair check or a weird science check to check out the rocket pack.
Well, I do not have the Anthony Michael Hall skill, so I'm going to do the repair check.
I do not understand that reference.
There's a 1980s John
Hughes.
Oh,
the movie Weird Science.
Weird
Gotcha.
Science? Yeah, with Anthony Michael Hall. Yeah. Cool.
One of the guys' names is Gary. Are we all going to disconnect real quick?
No, I don't think so.
Kevin disappeared on my side.
Same.
He did
Last
disappear
time
on
that
my side,
happened.
too. Oh no! There he goes. All right, we're probably gonna dip for a second here. And we're all
Nice.
back. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, I was just in the process of throwing another Benjamin down.
Charlie, because Kevin's ability. So you were just given a Benny because of your ability to maintain your accent while hiccuping.
That was that Benny I let you know about. Yeah, it was because of your dope character voice.
Awesome. Thank you. Who was that from?
Alicia.
Thank you, Alicia. Thank you. That means a lot coming from an established horror podcaster like yourselves. Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll that repair one more time with a Spenjamin of a Benjamin. If I can get my character sheet, it turned into a ghost. I found it. Okay, like hotkeyed.
So
All right.
Kevin's computer likes to blow up. It's okay.
At least I'm not using my phone anymore like I was on Cyberpunk.
Oh, definitely. No. Just leaps and bounds.
I was surprised how completely not awful that was.
Yeah, honestly, you did a really good job considering you're using your phone. That's
That's true.
pretty ass.
It was a huge pain in the ass, especially navigating the character sheets. But
It's
we
okay, man.
survived.
I used to have to run this whole thing on a laptop, and that was hard.
Oh, I bet.
That was hard. Did you do? Yeah, there you go. 5 succeeds. So after 2 Benjamins spent, people weren't seeing that. There you go. Now everyone can see. After 2 Benjamins spent, 1 thanks to Alicia, who argues with your use of the term. What? Established. There you go.
Established podcaster.
You do see that the rocket pack itself sports several bullet holes, and it seems likely that is what was responsible for the mishap. So this guy got shot at a lot, and that's why he crash landed, and that's why the rocket pack doesn't work. So that's what your investigation checks out. You've never seen a rocket pack before, but you know mechanics, you know machinery, that kind of thing, and you could tell that those holes aren't supposed to be there.
Looks to me they're trying to figure out if it was bulletproof.
I forgot about your character's thing.
Yeah, the clueless hindrance.
Yeah, clueless hindrance. That's funny. But yeah, so that's the whole deal. That's it. Unless you guys want to do anything else to this thing.
Just want to bring it back to camp with us, like Pete had suggested, I believe.
Okay. Are you going to leave the body? Are you gonna do anything with the body?
I'll take the body.
You're gonna take the body.
Yeah.
Unless Pete wants to eat it.
Okay.
I ain't a monster. I ain't gonna eat that man unless I have to. Same as you.
Maybe.
But yeah, the body just a man with a bullet hole in him. But you guys aren't gonna like search him or anything.
I would like to search him.
Okay, I figured one of you wanted to, but just
I did.
Just don't ask him why he wants it.
Use a Benny.
Okay.
I will not use any more bennies.
So with just a passive search, just you put your hands in your pockets. You don't really need to roll for that. You find 2 items of interest. The first is a small roll of what are called Deseret banknotes. There is a common knowledge roll associated with that you can roll. And the second is a single piece of paper with precise drawings of what appears to be a mechanical man, along with cryptic notes consisting primarily of chemical formula and engineering calculations. But if any of you have common knowledge, you all have common knowledge, so you can make a roll on the banknotes if you so choose. The other thing requires weird sound. Oh shit, James Daffy.
I could try to do a common knowledge, but it is one of my low skills. But I might know about money just because of my background.
You might,
Yeah, I got a D4 only, so go for it.
Yeah,
That's actually a D4 -1 for me.
There he is. He's back. Yeah, so the common knowledge anyone can do. It is common knowledge after all.
There we go. I rolled an 8 with a D4 -1.
Solid.
It's pretty
Nice.
funny. So with that roll, you know that Deseret banknotes are a strange thing to find outside of the Deseret itself, which is what Utah at this point is called. It is a like a Mormon territory at this point.
Looks like Mormon money to me.
I don't know why, no matter what game we play, Mormons come up so often, but hey.
Oh,
It's a
that's
resilient
right.
group.
Wow.
I didn't, because I didn't put them in this game, and I didn't put them in the Expanse either. They're just both very present.
Do you want me to try to find a Mormon indie game to do one Friday, and we could do Mormon Week?
No.
Fine.
I don't know, maybe. You think you can find a Mormon indie game?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
It's very specific.
I know of 2 Catholic indie games off the top of my head.
Yeah, but Catholics, you know.
They've been around for a while. There's a whole lot of them. I understand that. But Mormons are the gaming type. They're tabletop gamers amongst the Mormons.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
They are the gaming type.
Yeah, so that's what your knowledge roll uncovers. That he has a bunch of money from the Mormon territory. That is what will become Utah in the future.
So there's a Mormon fellow. I ask whoever did Pete.
Hard to tell what kind of fella he was before the fall.
Yeah, I guess now he's just a dead fella.
That's right.
Damn it, Kevin.
I didn't want to risk anything publicly.
Yeah, I'm glad. That's a good joke not to make, I guess, on the channel, but that's also a really good joke.
That's a fair.
Yeah, I feel like it's wholesome. I just, you gotta
I
be careful.
think I'd okay it.
That's
Anyway.
funny. But yeah, so the other thing that you find is this piece of paper with a drawing of a mechanical man, cryptic notes consisting primarily of chemical formula and engineering calculations. But you need weird science for that, which is something that your party is tragically lacking in.
Can I go ahead and just go for an unskilled roll on
You
that?
can. So the way unskilled rolls work is you roll a d4 and you get -2.
Oh, dude.
So it has very little chance of succeeding, but it can.
Yeah, nope. That's a big old...
That's about right. It's about
Oh, well.
Yeah, no, you look at it, you're like, I don't know. It's like some sort of comic book. I don't know.
I'm going to whistle to my bird and have the vulture fly down and take a look at it and tell everybody that he doesn't know either.
Your bird sits on your shoulder, looks at the paper, goes, ah!
Get out of here, nerd.
So yeah, that part is close to you guys. So after you guys have been in the crash site for a few minutes, and you're checking stuff out, a squad of army soldiers emerges from the darkness and immediately begins opening fire.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check something real quick. It says check for something. I'm checking a thing. Leave me alone.
Looks like we got some angry science men on our tail.
I'm gonna give these assholes about 12 seconds to knock this off before I return fire, and they ain't gonna like it.
I think we should run away.
Of course you do.
So you don't immediately open fire, which is interesting. Let's
Yeah, I'm gonna take cover first, like duck behind a dune or what it not be in the desert. There's always that second where everybody, has their back to cover and they have that conversation where a bullet gets shot through a hat.
So you guys, real quick, make a notice roll. I'm supposed to check for surprise.
9 on
Nice.
a D4 -1.
Damn.
What is happening with my D4s -1 today?
I don't know.
It's ever since you got that ghost blade, they're just whispering secrets of the world to you.
So
Exactly
neither
right.
of you are surprised. Mr. Daffodil is, which means he does not get a card for the first round of combat.
Oh no.
Yeah, he doesn't get one at all, which is interesting. So I draw mine. You guys draw y'all's. Let me know what happens here.
9 of spades for your boy.
9 of spades for my boy.
Dad?
Kevin, I figured out that you can click the deck, just like tap click it, and it'll just flip a card over. And it's like, hey, look, there's your card. See?
Oh, and yeah, apparently it was obvious that I was not doing it.
No, I was doing the same thing that you're doing. Like, click, draw, and then it would go to my hand, and I had to break it down, then look at it, then drag it out. And I was like, damn, there has to be an easier way.
Yeah, right on. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
No, that's funny. So
Ten of clubs.
the only reason you wouldn't do that is if you're like Thomas and you can draw like a bunch of cards.
Yeah, that's right.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you got a 10, a 9, and then my 6. So yeah, you guys notice these army guys emerge. You see them levy their weapons. James Daffodil, you do not. You are preoccupied either with the body or the jetpack, something. You're messing around with something. Whose queen is this?
That was on top of the deck.
Oh, it's gone now forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you and Kirk and Charlie both get to go first. And you said you hide.
Yeah, duck down behind cover.
Oh shit, Vampire Bites has entered the chat, and they have booned each of the 3 of you.
Oh, shit! Thank you, Vampire Bites.
The bennies are hot tonight.
When Vampire Bites showed up, I saw that I got booned and was like, damn, thanks. And then I looked away. I didn't know these other clowns were riding my fucking coattails.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Vampire Bites. We appreciate that. For sure. They
also
they
anybody who's stopping by, first timers or newcomers or people who always come and visit us. Vampire Bites, friend of the show. They are now an affiliate. They now have channel points, boons and dooms and posture checks and all sorts of new points. So go by, check out Vampire Bites' new setup.
Yeah,
and,
their
give them
channel
some love.
is you can just click on their name right there, and it's twitch.tv/vampirebites. And
Twice.
I believe they run their game on Sundays. Still.
And also, they're on a game on Friday nights, but that's
true. That's on a different channel. Cyberpunk Red, for those of you who are wondering, Cyberpunk Red is very fun. Artel Sorian is a friend of the show, and we're happy to have them. But yes, so Pete, you hit the dirt. What else do you do? You have like a whole turn here.
I'm going to scramble, like I said, I'm going to hit the dirt and scramble behind the nearest actual cover. Not just concealment, but something that actually blocks bullets.
Okay. The best you can do, I'll say there's a cactus out here, but there really isn't much out here.
Yeah, I know we're in the desert. I'm really just looking for like a 3-foot dune that we could all get down, lay down behind.
Yeah, you could drop down behind, like, a slight raised bit of sand.
Almost like a bunker, like a sand bunker at a golf course type of situation. It's not a lot of cover, but we're not going to get shot through it.
Charlie wants to try to create a larger dune. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a bottle of nitroglycerin out of my pocket, and I'm going to reach for James Daffodil because he just doesn't know what's going on. And we're longtime show partners. So I'm going to kind of grab him by his collar and yank him down as I throw this bottle of nitroglycerin in the general direction of the guys, but not that far away because I'm trying to create sort of a barrier.
There are, as you're looking at them, and since you guys both pass your notice rules, you do notice that there are quite a few of them. There are 11 men. They are all fully armed and dressed as United States soldiers. But yeah, you can throw your nitro towards them to create a sand pile.
Yeah, or maybe it's better that it's a cloud that we can try to get away from. I'm not really sure what the intention here is. I probably should figure that out. I'm going to stick with the original intent and try to make the make some sort of a bulwark or something. 7.
Not fully armed, just fully armed. Don't worry. But yeah, 7. So you throw your nitro far enough away to not blow yourself up, and close enough to not blow them up. And you, as soon as you throw it, as soon as it hits the ground, the nitro blows. And it creates a bit of a divot that you could hide in.
So I'm going to drag drag James Daffodil over to where Heavy Pete Perkins is, and we're gonna just kind of get down around that area.
Absolutely. So you guys get down, and they just immediately start shooting on their turn. They're coming up on you too, pretty quick. But because you're behind cover, their fire just right over your heads. A couple of them take shots at the body, actually.
Sounds like they're getting closer.
Yeah, now they're moving up on you nonstop, fearlessly moving up.
That's a mistake. I reach down and grab that ghost blade bat or whatever the fuck it's called now.
It's a war club.
There we go. Ghost Steel War Club. I reach down and grasp the Ghost Steel War Club and pull the cold metal bat off of my hip. As soon as they get close enough, I'm going in.
So apparently you guys are supposed to draw every turn, which is really funny. So you guys can always wind up high or low on the thing, and you're not stuck. James Daffy, you get yours for sure right now. There's that 5.
I drew the 5 in case we're dry.
There's mine. Unfortunate.
Ooh. And then you have to drag it off of there, Kevin. You just drag it and drop it somewhere. Like that.
Oh, so I'm not trashing up the screen?
Yep, then someone else can grab a card after that.
It's all good. I did it for them.
There it is.
Oh, shit. They're duplicating. So, yeah. So, I can just put them next to your faces. That's really easy. Who's the 5? That's you.
Yes.
All right. And then, Mr. Daffodil, what you got?
Bam.
Damn!
Ooh. Holy moly.
So one of the soldiers with one of those dope ass mustaches with like the little goatee bit that's all pointy and shit. He's gonna be like, surround them, men, and he's gonna lead. They're gonna fan out to your left and right. But I can't let any of these spies escape.
I'm gonna peek up and then get back down and be like, looks like the one calling the shots is Colonel Sanders over there.
No one, including you, gets that reference.
He has the Colonel Sanders, right?
Yeah, he has the Colonel Sanders.
Everyone should get that reference. He was an 1800s war general.
Was a real guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Unfortunately, that was a real person.
Dare I say, do not look into his background.
Just like the Quaker from the Quaker Oats box. That was a real Quaker as well. Although I'm not 100% sure if we've been able to identify which Quaker exactly.
Yeah, actually,
it was
we
the
have.
one that made Quaker Oats.
It's the
Nailed it.
It's the KFC guy. It's Colonel Sanders. Still him. He's
Yes.
been around since the dawn of time as an American food hero.
So y'all are getting surrounded.
Is it my turn?
Yeah. So they're all posted up around you guys.
Mhm.
And they're gonna open fire very soon. It is your turn though.
We need to get the fuck out of here. And I grab Charlie and I kick the science guy off my horse and we bolt.
Okay. Go ahead and get. So there's your riding check. Yeah. So you just take off. There's a bunch of gunfire following you. Let me see. Let's check this out. Huh? You ready? Gotta open up this new instance here. Enter this number.
This reminds me of our show riding days.
Really?
Well, sort of. I don't really remember them too well.
So several bullets are gonna come your way. Let me know what your what do you call it? Toughness is.
A 12.
12. Toughness is 12.
Yeah, baby.
So they're gonna hit, and their gun does that much damage. Okay. Suck it, James Daffy. I'm finally gonna kill you.
Oh, no. You can't kill James Daffodil.
You're so fucking lucky. All right, there we go. Finally. So, you get hit, and it like gets lost in your jacket, and the residual shards that would have hurt you get eaten up by your armor. But then another bullet strikes like the same place as one of the shards. It just goes right into your back. So you're pretty much you're about to get shot. So what you need to do, you're gonna take a shaken wound, or you can spend a Benny.
I'm gonna spend a Benny.
Okay. Because it's not enough to do a wound, but it is enough to shake you. So yeah, you spend a Benny and you are not shaken. So in this game, much like in Expanse, your like reroll stuff is your health as well, kind of. But one guy nailed you. Yeah, the first guy rolled an 8 on his first D8 and then a 1. So otherwise you were gonna eat big shit.
Gross.
Nice. So
Go
your
big or
turn's
go home.
concluded. Casualty, Mr. Pete Perkins.
Yo!
You see your buddy take off on a horse here and get shot.
I am. Are the other shooters within melee range yet of this sand bunker I'm hiding behind?
You would have to break cover. They kind of surrounded you in a very...
Yes, I will have to break cover. I'm hoping that these guys running off was enough of a distraction that they're not so worried about what's behind this bunker.
They aimed over there and started shooting, but they are militarily disciplined, so some of them are ready for you.
Is it possible for me to spend, if I remember correctly, you could spend a Benny to affect like the nature of the story, is that correct?
You can do a thing.
Could I potentially maybe spend a Benny to do something simple, like take my turn before Pete so that I could do something to help him get out?
You don't really need to do that. You can just be
Cool.
like, you can just, if he agrees to it, you guys can switch turns.
If you would have said that on the way whenever Daffodil grabbed you, hey, hold on, I got some up my sleeve. Yeah, I'll wait.
Yeah, because you can delay your turn. And so what he does is he delays his turn. If anyone goes between you and him, they'll go before both of you now. But, you know.
It's up to you, Pete.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can go with your plan. I'm going to attack them as soon as they get close. As soon as they don't see me coming.
Despite the situation, you do hear that telltale cackle start to rise in Charlie's throat. He whips out a cigar as he whips out his flamethrower. He lights the cigar on the pilot light and levels, what do we got here? Four remaining shots off of this pound of Ghost Rock. And I'm going to kind of blaze a trail behind me. So I'm sitting kind of back to back with James Daffodil as we're riding away. And I'm going to blow this flamethrower out to give Pete a chance to, like, opening a hole.
Okay, so you're not trying to hit anybody.
No, actually, I'm not.
Okay. So go ahead. Yeah, give me that roll anyways. Just like last time. Yep. So you do, essentially, the success in this case will mean you do your desired effect by creating this temporary barrier of fire.
I didn't make you that shackle box for nothing. Come on, Pete.
And you guys are leaving? Or what's your plan here?
Yeah, that was my plan.
Yeah, and I'm on his horse, so we're doing the same thing.
3 against 11.
It ain't gonna be 11 for long.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna step up out of the sand pit and step through the flames in a very fucking cool, intimidating way. Holding the ghost, the steaming ghost, screaming bat, as I just walk up to the first guy I see and absolutely clobber the shit out of him with it.
Go ahead. What is his party?
I've rolled a 6 to hit.
That beats his party.
All right. So I will roll my damage for the first time with this beast.
Oh.
Correct.
Oh, 24?
Mm-hmm. So that guy... you tell me what happens.
So I
good.
walk through the flames, and everyone sees like this dark silhouette step through the fire, and then I bring it down with 2 hands, just crashing down on top of his head. So there's just a thud and a crack as his head goes down into his shoulders, and he falls straight forward. And then I step back through the flames and vanish.
Alrighty. So everybody draw cards again.
That makes 10.
I never seen a man get shorter before.
Yeah, that guy's super dead.
Oh, this
Hats
is
off to
good.
him.
That an ace? That is an ace. So we got 9 of clubs for Mr. Daffodil. We got the 3 of hearts for Mr. Pete, right?
Yes.
And then you. Oh, that's a Queen of Hearts. Okay, so actually, Crooked Charlie, you go before they go.
Okay. Well, Crooked Charlie's really not in the business of leaving folks behind, but I have a feeling that James Daffodil's got a plan in mind. I'm hoping that we can get back to the cart and grab a hold of that minigun, but I'm not sure how much time we've got to get that cart over here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to whistle to Nerd the Bird, and I'm going to have him come down and bring a message out to Luke, who's back at the cattle camp, and let him know that there's been some sort of ambush.
How are you planning on doing this exactly?
Oh, well, I guess I didn't scribble a note or anything, did I? And the birds certainly cannot talk.
It's true.
Actually, you know what? We'll forego that. I think Charlie's going to go ahead and slide off the back of the horse and be like, James, I don't think he's going to stop. And I'm going to be wherever I am, still with the flamethrower out. How close am I to enemies?
Since Daffodil hasn't actually moved since you got on his horse yet, you are pretty close.
Oh, wow.
But you in the churn of combat, you can tell like they're squeezing triggers, man, and they're pointing guns.
This is tough.
It is tough. It is tough.
Yeah, I mean, thanks to the very Benny friendly crowd, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and level that flamethrower at as many of the guys that I can fit in a cone template at once, and I'm just gonna let them have it.
Because of the way they're arranged, I would say you could hit 3.
Hot. That's better than I was thinking. So I'm gonna go ahead and take aim at 3 of them.
They're positioned in a line to surround you guys, and you're kind of on the side of that line because of where you went. That will hit, so give me the damage.
Hot ski for Trotsky. Burn him up with a 15.
15.
Not bad.
So you, the scream of the soul fire erupting from your flamethrower consumes 3 more. As they run around, they drop their guns, they run around trying to scream, but it's very hard to do. And then they'll all kind of drop to their knees and fall over. And the fire is so hot that they get molten glass on them from the sand around.
Whoa.
Touche. I like that, John. Good call.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, so 3 of them drop dead. So that's the 4th kill here. And then I gotta make sure, because I feel like they'll quit at some point. Let me see if it says anything in this book. Because mostly living people will be like, fuck this, eventually.
Fucking baker's ham.
Okay, so they're gonna open fire. Be like, get them. Partially on Pete, mostly at Pete and Charlie, as they are the ones murdering their comrades. So we're gonna go ahead and send 1, 2 towards Pete. A 3rd one towards Pete, and then 1, 2, 3 towards Charlie. So Pete, two bullets coming at you here.
Do I have cover or concealment?
Not quite. It does make it harder to hit you because you're on the other side of the fire.
Perfect.
But the ones
That's all I ask for.
The ones that hit you with 6s. So
I have an 8 parry.
Parry doesn't affect.
Oh no!
What's your toughness though?
toughness is a 9 with a 2 in parenthesis.
Since you are wearing your armor, you do get that 2 in parenthesis.
Thank you.
So the first bullet hits your armor. Second bullet fucks your armor up and goes into your body.
Shit.
So you are going to be shaken, or you can spend a Benny right now to shake it off.
So if I'm shaken, what does that do for me, actually?
Until you succeed on a spirit roll on your turn, you cannot do anything except for run or do free actions, like pulling stuff out of pockets and stuff.
So, like, I have bonuses for being wounded, so I don't mind being wounded, but being shaken doesn't seem that cool.
Being shaken leads to being wounded.
So I almost have to be shaken to get wounded.
You have to be shaken. Well, so...
Well, since only one hit, and I'm not going to get wounded this turn, I'm going to unshake it. And if I'm ever going to get hit twice, I'll just take the wound.
Yeah, if you get hit twice, you will be shaken.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. That'll be my kind of optional rule here. Yeah, let me spin my Benjamin and unshake.
Okay. And then, Charlie, here comes the bullet. What's your toughness?
8 total. 6 with a 2 in them bangs.
So one of them's going to get you here. It shoots, like, right past you. It doesn't actually make physical contact, but it does make your entire life flash before your eyes. So you'll either be shaken, or you can also spend a Benny.
Jesus, I just saw a huge dark spot that lasted a while.
Because of your blackouts?
Yeah, constantly.
Okay.
It is part of his hindrances. He's got a habit and night terror, so I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't really picture too much except for a bottle of booze.
Oh, no. You're going to remember things that you thought you forgot about. That's what's going to happen.
Hey, James, remember that time we went up on the mountain? Never mind.
I remember, darling.
But yeah, so are you going to be shaken, or are you going to take a Benny?
No, I'm going to go ahead and get shook, I
Okay.
think.
So you're shaken. That's fine. That is perfectly okay. You're not wounded. Mr. Daffodil, it is your turn. You see your teammates get shot the fuck up. But they seem okay. They seem like they weathered it. And you see a lot of dead soldiers.
Well, you've convinced me. I'd like to ride around to the back of some of the soldiers and then try to shoot them from there.
In the chaos of the flamethrower and the undead war club monster, yeah, you can ride around them. Some of them you see definitely see you, and like one of them even follows you with his gun, but it's not their turn. So,
All right, 11.
Oh yeah, the writing's good. Yeah, solid.
Awesome.
What else are you gonna do?
I'd like to shoot a couple of them.
I felt like you might want to shoot somebody. Go ahead and give me that shoot. That's a hit,
Bye.
and that's a hit.
Well, all right.
All he can do is ride and shoot.
Oh, damn! 4 damage with 15 bonus damage. You gotta love that.
The first
19
guy,
and 11.
I actually have to. The second damage, I actually have to check. What is that total?
11.
19 on the first, 11 on the second.
Yeah, the 19. The first guy, you shoot him right between. You shoot him in the back of the head. He's not even looking. He doesn't have time to pray or anything. He's dead. The second guy, let me see, what's their toughness? So you do enough for. You beat his toughness with a raise, which means you beat it by at least 4, which means that he is shaken and wounded. And these guys are mooks, so they get wounded and die. So you shoot him through his heart.
All right.
And then the guy next to him's gonna drop his gun, be like, "No, Johnny, no, don't go into the light, Johnny." But after that, so that's 2.
Jesus, Jim, you got that guy right in his friend.
That's 2 more dead. So the numbers are still in their favor, so I don't think they're going to run away quite yet. Pete, it is your turn, though.
Stand back up, step through the flames, and go for the next one.
Absolutely.
I roll to hit with my giant ghost steel club, and I roll a 10 to hit.
One of the souls in your club goes, "Ah!" as it swings and connects with the guy's face.
I was going to say, yeah, that's actually what the guy in front of me sounds like, too. 8 damage, and it's 3 armor piercing.
8 damage, 3 armor piercing, which means it reduces his armor's toughness. Is some of his toughness a result of armor? Let me check. I don't think they actually have armor on.
They may not. It is, I guess it's 1800s.
So what happens is the screaming of your club alerts this guy to, like, what's happening. And he, like, backs up, and you clip his nose, and you hear the as, like, his nose just shatters. You break his nose. The cartilage rips, and it's, like, on the side of his face, just gushing blood.
I want to swing again at a -2.
He is shaken. Swing again at a -2. That's a hit.
6 to hit, and then I'll go for my damage again. Oh yeah, I love to see. That's 20 damage.
You just bring it back around, and like he can barely see you through the blood and everything coming out of his face, and his head goes sailing through the night sky.
I'm gonna turn and point at the next one with the club.
So now they only outnumber you guys by 1.
No survivors.
Oh shit. They might not be able to get away from this. They are going to start to cut and run. But everybody draw new cards. Let's see who goes first. You or them?
There's a queen still on the pile.
Not on my screen.
Me neither.
Right, it's gone.
That's mine. Is that Mr. Daffy there? No, that's...
Ace of diamonds,
Oh, yeah,
I think
there's
that.
you're the 6 of diamonds there, Pete?
Hey, we all got diamonds. Do we win?
Oh, ace of diamonds. You guys did. Everybody. Yeah, you guys all got diamonds. I got hearts. I actually don't know if there's like a suit thing.
Is there a thing for the whole team drawing the same suit?
I don't think
I don't know. There should be. That's cool.
That's cool, yeah. So,
I think you get a screenshot on your homepage.
Nice.
that means, Mr. Crooked Charlie, you go first, sir. There are 4 left, one of whom has the Colonel Sanders going on.
Is he also the one that's now missing his nose, or did that guy die?
That guy's super dead. His head is still airborne on your turn.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like how these turns work. I'm gonna just... Are they grouped? Or are they spread? Kind of just.
They are starting to break and run. On the side that you just melted, there's only 2 left on that side. And then on the side that Pete's on, I think that's where the other 2 are. So, yeah.
I'm going to temporarily drop that flamethrower, though stay where I'm at. And I'm going to shoot with, what is this called? The Lamat revolver, but I'm actually going to use the undergun on it.
You have an undergun on your Lamat? Nice.
I do. That's why I named it the Larect revolver.
We got new bennies. We got more bennies, baby.
Oh, snap.
Thanks, Vampire Bites.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
So, Charlie,
And the Jets?
Daffodil, and Pete. Thank you, Vampire Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So you're shaking. I forgot about that. So go ahead and give me a spirit roll.
No problem.
There is a
One
shaken.
thing old Charlie's got, it's spirit.
There's an unshaken thing that you can click underneath
Oh,
where it
the
says
roll to
wounds and
unshake.
shake. Yep.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Got it.
Succeed. So you are unshaken. I think that takes up your turn, though.
I believe so.
Okay. So, yeah, you zone back in. You have your gun out. But you're still trying to forget what you thought you forgot already.
Gotcha.
You don't remember what her name was. All you know is that you got the clap. Mr. Am I next? Ooh, we have the same. No, that's a 6. That's an 8. So what's better? Hearts or diamonds? Hearts are better. Pete, the 2 guys on your side, they get all wide-eyed. They're like, oh, shit. They start bolting. They're going to run away as fast as they can. One of them throws their gun down, just sprints. The other one also runs as fast as he can, but holds his gun. And then the two in front of Kirk and Charlie also run away. So they spend they break and run. They say, "Fuck this!"
You yellow-bellied bastards!
Dare I ask what is their pace?
Not as fast as a horse.
I wonder if it's faster than mine.
It might be. Are you slow?
No, I think I might be one faster.
Oh yeah,
but
you're fast. Their pace is 6.
Okay, yeah, mine is 2.
Okay.
But I am going to run them down.
Okay. So you chase after them. They use both of their actions to run. So when you use both your actions to run, they also, you guys, you keep distance.
We'll see how long they can keep it up.
That's true.
I'm almost running on all 4s.
Daffy, you see your ghoul friend hurtling after these guys.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ride around them and stick them up, see if they'll stop. My pace is 12 on my horse.
Oh yeah, you don't need to roll anything for that. Your pace is double theirs. So you haul ass, and you get alongside them. Then what?
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna kill one of you right now, but the other one better stop, or they're dead too.
Which one you killing? There are 3 scrubs and then their captain.
I'm gonna kill the captain.
All right, I figured you might.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna shoot him twice.
Okay. Hit and hit.
Nice.
Jesus.
Bang, bang.
16.
All right.
What the fuck am I supposed to do about that?
Damn, that's a couple of dead fellers.
Just the one.
He has his own rules. Let me see, where is he? He's supposed to. Okay. So toughness is, yeah. The first shot will shake him and wound him. The second shot is a raise, so yeah, that's 3 wounds. Yes, you will kill him. Make sure I was doing the math right. Yeah, so you shoot him once, and it like grazes him. He's like, "You son of a bitch!" And he'll draw a sword, and you shoot him in the face, and he drops dead.
Right in the face.
Yeah, he's down. The other 3 stop running and put their hands up. Huh?
I just said, well, all right.
Yeah, they stopped. You shot their captain, and you told them to stop. So they have no leadership. They're gonna drop their weapons. We're now more or less out of turn order, I think. So you guys, what you doing?
I'm going to go back to where that jetpack is, wherever I had dropped it at the initial start of combat, and I'm going to grab it and start dragging it back to the horses.
Mr. Daffodil, a word, please.
All right.
You leave these military boys alive, and they're going to turn us all in. They know exactly who we're working for and where we're headed. Our boss is at their camp. We're going to have to kill them. Pretend we never saw them.
Well, they know now, but I thought before they thought we was spies.
Yeah, before they had no idea who you were or where you were.
Yeah, before they thought we were spies, but now we killed the whole damn regiment.
Well, that's true.
Now we worse than spies.
Yeah, I suppose so.
What you want to do with these 3? Bear them up to their neck and leave them here? Let me finish them off.
Well, let's ask them a couple questions first.
Go on, then.
First question to you fellas. What the hell? You startled me. Why did you surprise attack us?
Thought you were working with the spy.
What spy? That's none of my business. I'm a cattle driver.
That spy, he'll point at the jetpack guy.
He was a spy. Gotcha. Well, I guess that's all the questions I had. What about you fellas?
They were probably looking for that fancy piece of paper you grabbed off of his corpse there, Jim.
Yeah, we should ask them about the fancy piece of paper.
See if they can read that nonsense.
I hold up some of the drawings and notes and stuff.
Yeah, you
Looks
show
like
the drawing.
Looked like an invitation to me.
Yeah, that stuff's classified. We don't have that kind of access.
I want to go ahead and shoot one because he wouldn't answer the question. Not the guy that he's speaking to. Classified my ass.
Yeah, you shoot one. And the other two flinch when you do that. But they'll both look at their dead captain. But we didn't know anything. He knew everything.
And who's his superior?
He was the head of the base.
Mm.
I got a better question. Who's in charge now that he's dead? Between you two?
Neither of us.
Only one of y'all. The whole rest of the regiment's gone. Somebody's a sergeant now.
There's way more of us back at the base.
I just mean that your platoon here, sir. Who's calling the shots now that he's dead? Someone winds up in charge, chain of command.
We're the same rank.
Senior officer?
They'll point at one of the burnt corpses. These are just like two privates. They don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'd have to flip a coin. They'll say, kind of.
I'll toss them a coin as soon as they say that.
One of them will start like crying. The other one will like fix his coat and be like, "I guess it's me then."
So I will take out the other guy.
Okay.
We only need one of you then. So now you're in charge. Why don't you go on back to the base and get us the information we need?
Do you think it's a good idea letting him run all the way back to where his friends are at?
No, I
Sounds
think
like reinforcements to me.
I think we should kill him too.
Why don't I stick a stick of dynamite up his ass and send him back with that message?
Sure.
I mean, that's all. I understand where you're going with this, Charlie, but that's pretty gruesome. Can't we just shoot him?
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Seems like a waste of a boomstick. Anyhow,
To be fair, these guys really didn't do that much to you guys.
they tried to ambush us. There's no honor in that bullshit.
They did.
They shot first.
And we shot last.
I'm a fucking cold-blooded outlaw.
Technically, what happened is someone blew something up and then they opened fire. But yeah.
Only one side of the story left now.
That's true.
Winner's
Yeah.
history.
No, you guys, yeah. So you guys gonna kill the guy?
I don't want to kill him. Y'all can kill him.
I mean, do you guys think that there's any use to keeping him alive?
No, and I ain't gonna fight you for it. You want him, he's yours, or I'll take him.
I still got to strap this jetpack on the nerd, the horse. So I think you can have him, Pete, unless you're going to devour him or something.
Before you even finish the sentence, I club him in the back of the head.
Jesus.
Right with a loud thud.
He takes it like a champ, and he goes down.
There we are. That's 11.
Yep. It's all 11. So as you guys sit amongst this field of dead bodies, we are going to take our 5-ish minute break. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching so far. We've been fresh out the box, and this is Savage World Deadlands. We will
What a
see
savage, dark place to leave off anyway. This
That's
is savage world leaving off on this
you. Yeah, everybody
savage
go
scene.
look up kitten photos or something, and we'll be back.
Or just think about how beautiful the desert looks now that there's a large chunk of glass in the middle of it.
Think about me without a shirt.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That'll get everybody feeling better. We will see y'all back in like 5-ish. Thank you for watching, and please stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back to Fresh Out the Box Plays Savage World Deadlands. I am the Game Master Johananon, and I noticed that we were raided. So thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for coming, raiders.
Yes, that's my good friend Brad, my close friend Brad. We used to play. In fact, I actually started playing Dungeons and Dragons 4th edition with Brad. I didn't know who he was. He was working at a local card shop at the time, and I thought that he was his character for like 2 years. His character was like a chaotic good healer. He was very passionate at helping people, and turned out Brad was a huge fucking smartass. And so for years, I thought he was this super compassionate, caring fucking guy, but that was just his character at the table. He's actually a hilarious fucking person and a huge smartass. I love Brad. Thank you for the raid. We're playing Savage World Deadlands. I'm the co-host, Casualty CDG. But you can call me Gary. I'm a retired child crimes and human trafficking investigator turned tabletop comedian, and I'll be playing the part of Heavy Pete Perkins, the harrowed and undead outlaw.
What's up? Welcome back, everyone. Brad, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders, as well. My name is Kevin. I'm a lighting designer and a technical director in the theater and dance industry here in Houston, Texas. But tonight, I will be playing Crooked Charlie. I was a bank robber and train robber, and well, now I just kind of drink a lot.
And hey, folks, I'm Matt. I'm also a theater worker in Houston, Texas. But tonight, I'm playing James Daffodil, a trick-riding skeptic in our party.
And where we last left off, you guys had just annihilated a small battalion of United States soldiers here in the Wild West after being mistaken for spies while investigating a crashed jet packeteer. And you guys are still standing amongst these bodies.
I suppose we should try to cover him up if we want to keep this low.
I guess.
What do you say, Charlie? Got something make him disappear?
Why don't we pile them all together and I'll just make them unrecognizable? I'll use my Beastmaster skill to whistle differently than I usually do, and attempt, if you will allow Jahan, to summon like a flock of scavenger type birds to help with the cleanup on that.
You can try and get your bird to like get some friends. He'll land and start cawing at the find that he found, and eventually some vultures will show up and start picking at him. For sure. Not enough to like erase all evidence, but amount.
Could I go through with the flamethrower? Like, can we pile them up and use a shot of my flamethrower to kind of create a pyre, like a funeral pyre?
Yeah.
Cool. I will lose a shot.
So you guys gonna go ahead and stack all the bodies?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'll allow it. So you guys stack all these bodies. There's 11 of them. Some of them are already pretty crispy, but they are still bodies. And you will open fire with your ghost rock-powered flamethrower that will scream as the souls escape from the ore and burn these bodies. After a little bit, all that's left is dust, some cracked bones, and a patch of glass.
I guess I didn't need the birds after all. Get out of here, nerd. Shoo.
Do they have any horses we need to set loose?
No, they were on foot.
Okay, cool.
We better get out of here before the rest of them show up. They definitely see the smoke.
All right, let's get.
Garo, Mark of the Wolves crossover. Don't get that reference. But, yeah, Ghost Rock. Ghost Rock is a unique material here in the weird west of Savage World Deadlands. So, you guys head back to camp, right?
Right.
They have gotten the herd under control as of now. And you'll be greeted by Luke. Be like, what'd you guys find out?
Check this out. I'm going to show him the jetpack, the tattered sort of thing that I'd strapped to the horse earlier. And I'm going to unstrap it and throw it onto the onto Jim Daffy's carriage with the rest of it.
He'll flick his hat up at it, and he'll look at it. Hell, what the hell was that guy doing out there?
Being a spy, likely.
A spy, huh?
Yeah.
Well, all right. I guess it's nothing to be too concerned about, huh?
We definitely didn't bump into anybody else.
Well, I guess that's probably for the best. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. He's still kind of scatterbrained from trying to rein in this herd. He's still barking orders to the rest of the crew of the Lazy S. At the end of the night, you guys can turn in if you so choose. Heavy Pete, do you lock yourself in your coffin?
I sure do.
Absolutely. So you lock yourself up in that thing. It's pretty much going to stop you from breaking out and murdering people in your sleep. For now. For now, we'll do that. But if anything happens in the middle of the night, you will obviously be restrained.
Got it.
So that's the downside to that. But the next day rolls around, and you guys are set about your various tasks of tending to the herd, as you almost always are. Oh, I need this book. Eventually, about midday, a big old plume of dust is kicking up behind all these men on horses approaching the camp.
I unholster my weapons.
I'm going to go ahead and let Pete out of the box that I'd constructed for him. I imagine I had slept next to it just in case throughout the night.
Hey, you can be out.
Actually, after only 1 hour, I start knocking.
Oh, okay, so you were out a while ago then.
Yep.
Yeah, he only needed to sleep for 1 hour last night, apparently. So this giant plume of dust being kicked up by no less than 80 men approaching your camp. A large bunch of people. They will be led by a man that looks a little too young to be leading all these men, but somebody killed their boss. So,
sure don't know who
charge here. Luke will step up. Actually, Mr. Sutter is back as of now. Mr. Sutter will step up. How can I help you all? We had some business last night, about a mile that way. We need to check to see if any of you were involved. Sutter's going to he's gonna throw up a fit and say you can't just come in here and search our stuff, that kind of thing. But they have way more people than you do. Like I said, 80 men. And despite Sutter's protestations, the soldiers tear the camp up. You can try.
The whole time I'm trying to tell these other guys, I think we can take them.
Yeah.
Let me get this started. I think we can take them all down.
Hey, I can't stop y'all from committing suicide.
I'm not going to try to convince Daffodil and Charlie because they'll go along with it. I'm going to try to convince Mr. Sutter and Luke to let me do it.
JJ is going to be
Say the word, boss.
Let's fucking get him. Come on. But like JJ's like, he's a scrawny little guy. He can't do nothing.
Oh, hell yeah, JJ. You could probably take about 15 of them yourself, you wild animal.
More like 50.
You damn right.
I learned how to fight down in the creek while battling bullfrogs. Fuck yeah.
Half these guys probably never seen a bullfrog.
Yeah, they don't even know no bullfrog around here. They ain't got creeks. They don't know how to fight. You gotta learn how to fight in the creek. But yeah, you guys are just bullshitting over there. Meanwhile, they're tearing the camp up, looking for some evidences. Do you guys do anything at all?
Yeah, I want to go ahead and wander over towards the cart where I had dumped the jetpack, and I'm gonna mount one of the horses that's attached to the cart and just slyly wink at James Daffodil.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I'm not a horse as well. Dandelion, to be exact.
to the cart.
Yeah, where the evidence technically, I guess, is.
Okay.
We're gonna prepare to just shake the scene if we need to, because we don't want them to find that, because that's pretty incriminating.
It is. So the situation, just to remind you, you guys rode into a box canyon because it's the best place to keep the herd without having to watch them too much. They have you guys pretty surrounded, man. Just FYI.
Hey, Pete, you want to come do some routine maintenance on this Gatling gun for us?
I'm afraid the money's with the cattle, boys.
Oh, I see.
So what is it that... Oh, the jetpack's in here. It's a jet.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's evidence in there.
My carriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
With your name on it.
I'm just going to lean right back over next to Mr. Sutter and Luke.
And that it? You just leaning by him?
I'm staying by the boss, man. I'm over here on this side of things. I'm not over there by the jetpack.
One of them will mention to you, be like, hey, don't let any of them see, you know, what you are.
I pull my hat down to cover the bullet wound through my head.
Because the Lazy S decided to accept you because they needed people, but most people aren't going to be too keen to Harrowed walking about. They'll tell you to hide, and they're going to be they're turning over people's tents. They're cutting up tents. Luke will yell at a couple guys like, "Come on, man! You don't have to destroy the fucking tent, man! Come on!" They're tearing up the chuck wagon. They're taking the wheels off. They're looking, man. They are looking. And then they get to your wagon.
There is something that I would have liked to have done.
Okay.
At this point, I am going to grab the jetpack.
Okay.
And ride away.
Okay. There's another piece of evidence in there, and that is the fact that the guy is wearing a United States Army jacket as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just FYI. Do you want to take that as well?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you take the evidence and you try to ride off. You run right up this hill where they are positioned. And they will stop or we'll shoot. That's a good ride. You're definitely going to jump them. But whether or not you stop is whether or not they open fire. So there are going to be bullets after you. So let's see. Are you going to just try and jump them?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I try to jump them and...
That's a good enough roll. Now it's up to me to see if they hit you. They have like I have quite a few guys blocking the canyon. So I'm gonna roll some hits here. All right. What's your toughness?
12.
Hey, that's great. That's a great number. You got a boon, Daffodil. Boon to get away.
You take
Oh, thank you, Vampire Bites.
While I do some math here real quick.
Vamp said, "You know what? I'm going to start dooming if you guys try this without any backup." And then you ran. He's like, "Run for it! Run! Get you, Boone. Get out of here!"
All right, Daffy. Let's see how this. How many bennies do you have?
I have 4.
And what's your toughness?
12.
Alrighty. So, no shit, 10 guys. They open fire on your ass. It's full on open fire. Some of them whiz past you. Some of them miss. Some of them do not miss. And some of them hit pretty good. So, you have 2. So you have a shaken and a wound coming from one bullet. And then you have a shaken or a wound if you're already shaken. And then you have another shaken. So you got enough to put you down here unless you spend some bennies.
Yeah, as many as I need.
How many bennies do you have?
I have 4.
You have 4 bennies. That'll take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm going to spend them.
So you spend all your Benjamins, and by the grace of the Lord,
Dropping 4 stacks.
Oh.
He's dropping the bennies. People keep giving them to him. He might as well spend them.
Mm-hmm.
This Benny was for getting away, so I'm glad that's what it was used for.
He jumped over. So you, Dandelion, old Demon Eyes here, jumps over these guys. They open fire, and man, your coat looks like Swiss cheese now. It's like that scene in Shanghai Noon where he steps out of the church and he has all the holes in his jacket. He's all like, "I'm unkillable." But yeah, so you jump over them. No bullet touches you. You could feel them like rub up against you in like almost a kind way.
The bullets give you nice little hugs as they go by.
Yeah. One of them gives you a little kiss on the side. We'll say just for the hell of it, you do like get a scrape on your face because it looks cool. But yeah, you jump over them, and since you have the fastest horse in the game and you're an even faster rider than that on your own, you haul ass, and they try to chase you, but they do not succeed.
Crooked Charlie's gonna look at the guy that's leading the young general or whatever, and I'll be like, "Wow, who the hell's that guy?"
Give me a communication check here. Persuasion. Let me see if he buys that. 4 is all it takes, because he has no reason to think anything. Oh shit! He was hiding here. He was hiding here. After him, man, and they like start peeling out of the camp immediately after James, just in mass. But since James literally has the fastest horse possible for reasons, you just leave him in the dust, man. There's nothing they can do about it.
Nice.
That's exactly on the off chance that you fuck up one more writing check, which you get to make 2 of because you're a piece of shit. Go ahead and give me a writing check here, buddy.
All right.
This'll.
Oh, dude.
So that's a success. And yeah, they're not gonna catch you, buddy. You just keep riding until they leave you alone.
Yeah, till I lose them, and I wait around so they don't like just go back to the camp and find me there.
Gotcha.
I want to like make sure that these guys are on me, and I don't want to cause any more trouble with the camp.
Absolutely. So the guy that's in charge now, we'll call him Stevenson, because you guys killed the actual guy that was supposed to be. So he's going to stay back with a couple men, and he's going to talk to Sutter and be like, "You sure you guys didn't know him?" He's going to question people. He's like, "I don't think we can be doing business with you guys. I don't trust you." And Sutter's going to, argue a bit, plead about trying to sell these cattle to the army. No luck, though. The deal has soured, and because of the army being kind of against you guys now, the Lone Star Railway also refuses your cargo. Unfortunate. Oh, no, actually, the Lone Star can't even take your cargo because you guys blew up the railroad tracks 3 days ago, which I forgot about. But, James Daffy, so you're going to be camping out on the mesa for a couple days here.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. You don't have any food or water, so go ahead. And you don't have survival, right?
Right.
Because you're practically a paid actor. That's practically what you are. Go ahead and give me a unskilled check, which is a D4 -2. Okay.
Will a 0 do it?
A 0.
I would like to roll a spirit check to send Nerd the Bird out holding like a sandwich and a bottle of water and just tell him to find it.
You can. Because of your Beastmaster trait, you can give him some rations. With that spirit check, you kind of communicate what you want. And the bird, you'll be like, "Go find Daffy." Your bird.
And I'm going to specifically give the bird edible things out of my pack so that it doesn't end up picking up roadkill or something for him that is not edible. So I'm gonna have him get like a little bindle stiff of like hardtack and dried meat and stuff like that. Cheese.
Yeah. On day 2, when you're hungry and thirsty and you're like, "Man, I'm gonna die out here. This is stupid." A vulture will show up with a little knapsack, which is kind of funny. At first, you think he's circling because you really are about to die, but then he drops off some food, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
Thanks, nerd.
But after that, yeah, now that Nerd's there, you can kind of figure out where to pick him up because the cattle drive is going to start off again, and he can rejoin with the cattle group. I wasn't expecting that you to get away.
Yeah,
I really did shoot you with 10 guys. So
that's because of the chat, man. That's the power of the chat.
it's power of the chat, man. All the bennies.
The boons! It's be raining boons today.
Mm-hmm.
Wild West Wednesday. Boon it if you got it.
So, y'all will continue on as you have been. Still, Sutter's pretty discouraged. He was hoping that could be the end of the drive. But you guys are going to have to keep on heading north trying to find someone to buy these cattle after you guys got run out of Sutter Flats by Bayou Vermilion. After another... you guys do recuperate during this time because it takes about a week and a half after that disastrous nonsense near Roswell. You guys come across what is supposed to be the first major river crossing, but I added one earlier for funsies. The Canadian River. North of what will one day be Tucumcari, New Mexico. Normally it's a slow-moving stream banked by mudflats, but this late in the season, the Canadian is beginning to swell with snowmelt and spring rains. Getting the herd across it safely poses a fairly significant obstacle to the trailhands. Sutter scouts the river a day earlier and finds a relatively solid fording spot. The herd doesn't understand this, of course. So as drag riders, the posse is tasked with pushing the cattle forward into the river. Longhorns aren't known for their amphibian prowess, so the cows prove reluctant to enter the rushing waters.
Oh, they're Russian? I thought it was Canadian.
This fucking guy.
Yep.
And he tips the hat, a tip of the hat to you at home. Good. Look, man, people are leaving the stream. It went from 8 to 1. no one's here anymore. People unfollowed.
On a Doom with no bennies, unfortunately, I'll just consider that a Benny for me.
It's almost as if Gary started singing again.
And I'll use it on like the next thing I fail too, because I'm pretty choosy with what I spend mine on. But yeah, Charlie and Pete have plenty to take away vampire. But yes, so you guys, this Russian water, you guys have to push them. You guys are all in the back. You guys got demoted to all riding drag after your attempted insurrection with the water, which is understandable. Tensions were high. Old man Butch will be back with you guys again, riding drag, but he's not saying much. So yeah, go ahead. This is a big curve. All rolls made in this, since it is a deep river and longhorns are excitable, will be made it a -2, James.
Do Charlie and I need to do anything?
No.
It's like James rode each individual cattle across.
Right. So at a -2, let me explain how it works system wise, so that everybody understands what this asshole just did. So 27 -2 for the difficulty of the task is 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
A normal success is a 4.
Okay.
So that's 21 left over. Every 4 above your target number is a raise. That's what's known as a raise. So, man.
5 raises.
That 5 raises?
Yes, sir. 5 and a 5th.
So it's a success and 5 raises. They don't talk about what happens when you get 5 raises because you're not supposed to get 5 raises. So, this legendary rope riding, trick shooting sumbitch is a one-man army when it comes to you guys. He just has the cart on the left side, making sure they don't go that way, while he just yaws and hews them across this river like he was born to do it. And many a legend will be sung of James Daffodil, the River Wrangler.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's not so bad.
So you gain a new nickname, just one of your many that you can add to your list, River Wrangler.
Mm-hmm.
And every now and again, people will call you that, and your reputation will precede you. But yes, you do gain a reputation here as a badass rope riding, trick shooting son of a bitch. You guys can attempt to help if you want to. There's no point. All you can do is fuck it up. So, Jesus.
I am going to give a common, native language roll to encourage Jim Daffy in English, which apparently I don't do very well. But he doesn't really need my encouragement.
You done did good there, buddy.
He's like, what?
And then JJ's like, fuck yeah. Because he's not in drag. So that's that. You put an end to that encounter immediately.
Nice.
So they get across the river. Sutter did a fine job scouting the fording point. But Longhorns are notorious for finding ways to get into trouble. As the main body of cattle crosses the Canadian, one hapless steer manages to find a patch of quicksand. Once again, the drag riders get the dirty end of the stick. It's y'all's job to pull the beast out.
This one's on me.
Okay.
I'll stick my hand in the ground and see if I can summon a swarm of something nasty. I'm thinking New Mexico, around the rivers. I may be looking at scorpions or spiders.
You don't make a roll, you just spend a Benny, right?
Yeah, I just spend a Benny, and I cannot make bugs if there aren't bugs in the area.
As the situation is, you're in the wilds, and it's not like a contaminated area that wouldn't have life in it, I find it hard to argue that there wouldn't be bugs.
Yeah, being close to water, being close to cattle, I think at least some cockroaches or some flies or something.
It's like a whole ant hill is nearby. It's like one of those giant anthills. It's like the size of a person.
So I'll stick my hand into the ground, and you see my eyes just kind of milk. The color just kind of leaves them, kind of drains away, and
Your buddies.
Lots of ants start crawling out of the ground. First, a small wave, a handful, then an armful, then piles. Just a huge swarming mass of ants comes crashing out of the ground and goes in between the cattle and into the water, and the ants float the cow up out of the water like a nice little life preserver.
Yeah, they'll dig them out of this thing. It's simple spending a penny for you. Every time you access your powers lately, though, your Mantoy demon spirit that animates your body has been showing you the reasons why you two belong together, which is to say atrocities and horrible things that you regret doing. He makes you watch them. So mostly looking at like the dead and just people you've killed. We'll say in this particular instance, you flash back to the man you cut in half with a Gatling gun on the train robbery. And you'll just relive that, like, in the back of your mind the whole time you're controlling this swarm. It wasn't happening like this before, but he's been acting up lately. But yeah, so you extract the beast with ants, which is not the way you're supposed to do this, according to the book. But hey, you're Harrowed, and you can do whatever the fuck you want.
So, yes, that's right. I have the reason I can do that is I have the Infest Edge, which is a Harrowed-only edge that allows me to do that.
Not all Harrowed can do it, but only Harrowed can do it.
That's correct. Takes a Benny and I control a swarm as easily as I can control my hand.
Yes. So that is actually supposed to be a fairly difficult cow to save, but yeah, I think that the bugs can definitely pull it out. A day after, so the next day, after you guys catch up, you guys have the cows, you guys make camp, and all of you are allowed to sleep the next day as well. None of you are on night duty. But the next day, Sutter pushes the herd north towards Colorado. You guys are going to be heading that way now. It is the next place he wants to try to unload all these cattle. And the sooner you do so, the sooner y'all get paid and are free to go. He's going to explain. Ahead of the crew loom the eastern foothills of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. Sutter explains one night around the campfire that most traffic into the Great Plains heads up through the Raton Pass. A rather enterprising entrepreneur named Uncle Dick Wooten set up a toll road there over a decade ago. Wooten's toll for the herd would likely gobble up the majority of Sutter's grub stake, so he insists on heading to the nearby Trincheras Pass.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, Trincheras.
Yeah.
Do we know anything about that, or what that is?
It's just more. It's not as safe, because it's not a well-made toll road. But it's just the difference between driving down Westheimer and driving down Beltway 8. One's smooth, one's not.
What season is it in the game currently?
It is. It's the end of spring.
Okay.
I knew. I just had to think about it for a second. Yeah, it's the end of spring. It's heading on to summer. That's why you guys crossed through the desert. It wasn't as bad as it could have been because it was just beginning to get hot again, or like the peak of its heat. Oh, vampire saying stuff. Chimichangas. I do like chimichurros. Yes. Sorry, I had to read this part real quick.
Is it time for an unofficial fresh out the box commercial break?
Yeah, actually, I found the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. I Googled them. First, I Binged them, and the results were awful, which is what I expected, which is why I started with Bing. Then I went to Google, after confirming my suspicions that Bing is still inferior, and found some pretty good pictures of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains in like late spring. So I posted one in the chat. And it's pretty. It's looking good. I think I'd go there.
Yes, I have actually been to these before.
Yes,
in real life. They are quite majestic. I'm not 100% sure if they're still part of the Rockies or not, but they certainly should be in terms of their majesty. It is quite something to see.
Yeah, they're like, I guess they're the foothills that sort of lead to the Rockies, right? They're the sort of predecessor that's like, hey, you're getting there.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, you've got like the La Veta Pass and all those kinds of things in southern Colorado, Raton Pass and stuff that start to lead up to that area.
Man, I want to do that. I want to go there.
About 20 hours in a vehicle will do it for you.
When are we going to go there? Let's go there.
I've done that.
Hell yeah.
20 hours? Probably. Maybe less.
No problem.
But no, we drove from here to Canada, so that was fun.
What?
When I was little. And at one point, yeah, we drove up in the Rockies. And then for no reason other than to see them, we drove all the way down the Rockies into New Mexico and then back again to Colorado.
Holy shit.
Wow. That was
fun. That's wild.
There's like a store like towards the top of the Rockies. I remember my grandpa would, he wanted to drink water everywhere just to try everyone's water. It was funny. Like, not bottled water, like the water from, like, the water fountain.
It's probably much more fresh than ours.
Probably.
You can literally dip your face in the creeks and stuff that run down the sides of the mountains, like in Vail and up in Aspen Mountain Towns and stuff like that, and it's, like, 100% okay to drink. You don't want to drink too much of it, obviously, because you're not used to drinking stuff like that, but it is pretty damn clean the way that the mountains kind of filter out stuff as it runs down. It's kind of amazing.
Okay.
Not like those poopy marshlands that are dumping out fecal matter into the Texas beaches.
Yeah, like all of our Brazos Bend River.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. So this is a fun time. So the next couple days, we're going to run an interlude, which we haven't done yet. But the way they work is cooler than I thought. You can choose not to participate, but if you do participate, you get bennies. As you guys head towards this path, all of you at night, you hear this dreadful squawking and cawing all night long as something, some sort of black birds harry the herd and try to attack the herd and just mess with it in general. They're large black birds. So each night you must make a fear check with a cumulative -1 penalty each night. So first night, give me a fear check. Those are all passes. And then, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do an interlude real quick. You passed your second one, Pete, but let's hold off for a second.
Yeah, okay. I was like, there's 2 or 3 nights. I just roll them all, get them out of the way. I'm just a reminder. I am also afraid of birds.
Are you?
Yeah. That is my fear. Is birds for my character.
And apparently, with my edge of Beastmaster, they wouldn't even mess with me in the slightest. So I probably not scared.
That's only true of certain birds.
Ooh.
That's only true of natural birds.
Whoa, these ones are extra spooky styles.
They are extra spooky. Like, what's happening is supernatural fright right now.
Interesting.
Everyone draw a card. And let me know what suit it is.
Draw a card.
I got a Joker.
So did I.
No,
I got a
You got a Jack.
I got the Jack.
Oh, they both really? Oh my god.
Yeah, I actually got one. It is right there.
Mine's right next to his.
That doesn't help me at all. All right, so those stand, but still, I need a suit from you guys. So let me see your suit. You guys will get bonuses because of that. But
Cool.
That's
So
funny.
you-
We were doing this interlude to gain bennies, and you guys both pulled jokers, which should give us all 2 bennies right out the gate.
Let me see what happens when jokers are rolled.
I got.
There it is.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's not a combat.
Had the
Do we
pick-
draw another card, you're saying?
Yeah, draw another card until you get a suit, and let me know.
Hearts.
Hearts and diamonds. All right, because it tells me what your interlude's about. Diamonds. Character studies or works on an object of some sort. Let me know what it is.
What was it?
You study or work on an object of some kind. So let me know.
I'm working on that jetpack for sure.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, man, the plot drove you right into that.
And then what? Let's see. James Daffy, you got diamonds.
Mhm.
They're a girl's best friend.
And they are forever, which is
Oh,
nice.
Keep your nose to the rhinestone.
Sorry,
folks.
diamonds was that was yours, James Daffy. You work on something.
Oh.
Hearts. You're gonna practice a skill. Crooked Charlie.
I will practice repairing the jet.
You can practice the repair skill. That's fine. It does still work. I don't mind. What did you get, Pete?
I got a club. I got a jack of
Okay,
clubs.
club. Downtime. Your hero broods or is angry about something. What is it, and how do they behave? Misbehave. Sorry.
I'm definitely pissed off that I'm riding drag, and I'm definitely pissed off there's big scary birds. I want to be riding the fucking chuck wagon. And trying to give my friends water is I get it, they're pissed off, but that was like 4 weeks ago, so now I'm mad at them for being mad at me. So what I'm doing is spending the whole day being really passive aggressive to the guys that now run the chuck wagon.
Absolutely. So yeah, I think his name's Joseph. So the new guy's Joseph. He's a nice guy, but you're just being mean to him.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't much care for you either. He's kind of creeped out by the whole fact that you're an undead monster. But since you are afraid of birds, that fear check is going to be at an additional penalty, which makes it a failure. So on the second night,
Oh, shit.
you have a fear response, Pete. The other two of you, give me your fear rolls.
Oof.
This looks like birds to me.
James Daffy's just like, fucking birds. But Charlie, you realize that they are not natural birds this night. And you're like, oh shit. And it kind of creeps you out.
I told you there was something wrong with them damn birds.
That ain't no fucking bird, Pete. Be careful.
Daffy, you sleep like
I've
a
been
baby.
careful last night.
You sleep like a baby. And then one more for the last night.
So James Daffodil wakes up every 4 hours crying and in need of a change.
You sleep. James, you just don't. It goes right over your head. This is just a normal night of birds. Charlie, you recover. You manage to find your peace in your sleep. And let me see what our CDG. Oh, is
I
that
rolled a 4.
again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you even suffer from exhaustion?
No,
For fatigue?
no. No. Because I don't need that sleep, remember? I just need to. I don't sleep.
Yeah, what happens when you don't
demon.
get that sleep, though?
The demon gets out.
Oh, when you don't sleep?
Yeah. When you can't sleep, the demon gets out. And it does demon stuff with your body.
Okay, I see what's happening. Okay, I got you.
Mhm.
You can't sleep. The birds are freaking you out. You have a fear of birds. You can't sleep. Luckily, you are chained up. I want you to make I want you to try to break out. Give it everything you got.
I would call that a fighting check.
Yeah,
That's
you
my
can try to
highest.
fight your bonds.
Yep. An 8.
Yeah. So you start breaking out a little bit here, Charlie. So
There's a table to roll on if you want to see what I do. There's like a severity of the things that I can do here.
I think I'm near that table.
I'm trying to double find it. I know it's somewhere, which is a start.
It tells
This
me
interlude is very interesting.
Yeah, the interludes are cool.
Dominion table, page 87.
Page 87.
So let's see. The Manitou simply shuts the body down, entertains itself by subjecting the host consciousness to worse nightmares, or occasionally taking it for a walk to do something nasty. I can't take a stimulant to stay awake, and my checks get harder and harder to stay awake from -1 to -3.
Roll a d6.
And I roll a d6. A 3.
The Harrowed must make a spirit roll at a -2.
My spirit roll is a 2.
Alright, so you lose a point of dominion.
Alright.
Which is bad. No one knows about that yet because none of y'all are playing hard, but dominion is what keeps him from being my character that I get to play as a bad guy.
So that brings me to 5 out of 6 dominion.
Yep, so he loses a dominion. He's losing his fight with the demon that possesses him. And he can't break free of the cage, but he does kind of get free of his handcuffs. He's going to step on out. This is kind of a funny one. But Charlie, so you know how you had a good night's sleep, Charlie?
Yes.
So you do until he gets out of his bonds and he doesn't let you sleep. He starts telling you things about that time that you remembered a couple days ago when you remembered the bad things that you drank away. He's going to start reminding you more about them, and he's going to essentially cause you some fatigue. You're not going to get a good night's sleep, unfortunately, but it's one of the more mild things he can do. So go ahead and take a level of fatigue.
Got it.
And that's pretty funny. I like
Jesus,
hard.
Pete, that's some nasty shit you're whispering.
Yeah, all of this is because he's a hard. So, just FYI.
It probably all seems a little weird.
It's pretty cool. I like it.
Instead of Pete's probably like totally fucking eyes are blacked over.
Oh, yeah,
He's, like,
it's
very
not
straight at you talking.
The thing talking to you does not have the same voice as Pete. Let's see. He's gonna call you. What's
Chuck?
Chuck.
Yeah, his name actually is Charles C. Wagon. They used to call him Chuck Wagon until they called him Crooked Charlie because he used to up Chuck all the time.
Hey there, Chuck.
Jesus. Nobody's called me that in years.
Yeah, no one ever calls you that. Hey, Chuck, it's me. You remember me? But
Shut up, y'all bitch.
But it's gonna start adopting voices of people that you remember.
So I'm gonna start drinking sort of at the beginning of it, and then the longer it goes on, I'm just gonna give up and just kind of sit there and start to slump and just kind of listen to it.
It's not good. What's happening right now is pretty maddening. It's pretty upsetting. It's demon magic, man. Demons are legitimately fucking with you right now. But yeah, by the end of the third night, the crew...
It happens for 4 hours.
That sucks! So it just starts adopting the personalities of loved ones that you've either lost or killed yourself, while they're either on accident or in moments of regret.
One of them being Pete Perkins himself before he was Harrowed.
Finally, right at the last second, it says goodbye, and then my eyes open back up. Should have made that lid tighter. And I get up and walk out.
After the third night, the crew is physically exhausted from a lack of sleep. A lot of the crew are going to suffer fatigue levels. None of you guys do except for Charlie.
Is that another one or still 1 out of 2?
That was it.
Gotcha.
That was the third night.
Everybody said that they hiked in that area, that same range. I didn't see that earlier.
Dope.
So Kevin and Vampire Bites have hiked on the same ground. They're like soul mates in the soles of their in the shoes. In the shoes.
I buried some treasure on the Sandia Mountain Trail one time. See if you can find it.
Oh shit.
I pooped in a hole when I was 9. It's not treasure.
Wow, that is not treasure.
I was 9.
It's not treasure to a 9-year-old. You give
No,
a
man,
9-year-old.
I needed to do my thing, dude.
I was gonna say you give a 9-year-old a shit in a box and see if they think it's treasure. I am willing to bet they do not.
Depends on the 9-year-old.
Depends on the shit.
So you guys are riding Luke and Sutter. They're going to ride ahead. They're going to leave Daffodil. They're going to be like, hey, Daffy, I know we had some trouble a while back, but you're probably the best rider we got, sans me. So I'm going to put you in charge while we're gone. That's Luke talking. Mr. Sutter will pat you on the back and be like, we're trusting you here, son.
Well, all right.
But yeah, they put Daffy in charge. It's hard to argue the skill they've witnessed, you know. But
Now let's steal these fucking cattle.
They're gonna ride out. Yeah, you guys could. That'd be really funny.
Mr. Daffodil, may I have a word with you, boss?
Sure thing, Pete.
Now that you're in charge, how about you throw those jackasses off the chuck wagon and give me my spot back?
Done.
Appreciate you.
I'm not feeling so good. I think I've got a little bit of fatigue setting in. You mind if I ride with Pete there, Jim?
Go for it.
Yeah, you guys can, after this moment of kind of reconciliation, you guys can get your spot back on the chuck wagon. It's not out of the question at all. Because you guys have been playing nice, so hey. But Sutter and Luke leave that morning. You guys are back on the chuck wagon. You guys are riding off to join them. They're just scouting ahead. They'll be back the next day.
All right.
You guys are going to get to the entrance of the canyon by the nighttime. This is night 4. Let me read this part real quick. I wasn't expecting to get this far in the book today. We made a lot of progress. It's pretty cool.
Damn, nice.
Yeah, made a lot of progress. You guys really just knocked the issues out. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So, in the middle of the night, you guys hear squeaking. Squeaking.
I would like to check out the noise.
Yeah, I'll throw my club over my shoulder and follow Mr. Daffodil.
Some people sleeping on their hats will look up. Everybody will kind of start looking around as they hear this thing, this squeaking, and it gets louder and louder. And as it gets louder, what book do I need to look for this in? Okay. it's not that kind of squeak. It's like that. It's the source becomes apparent. Very
I think
short,
I know what this is.
as a giant flock of bats swoops in through the canyon.
Oh shit!
Take cover.
So, yeah, everybody on the chuck wagon and anyone that's near the chuck wagon, go ahead and give me a fear check once again.
Wait, are those bats or birds?
They're bats.
I ain't scared of bats, but I'm shit scared of birds.
They're bats.
Are they real bats, though?
Yeah.
So do I need a fear check for this
You
or
do
no?
need a fear check for reasons.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I was just fucking around. I rolled mine too.
Yeah, you guys both pass.
It's a good character.
You guys
quirk,
both
like,
pass. So the fun fact about fear things is when you go to certain places, fear is worse because it's desecrated. This is not one of those situations. I'm just letting you know.
Dope.
Future reference. You guys don't have to roll in the fear table. That's good. I was hoping you did. But as the bats swarm you guys and you guys kind of like stay calm, you don't freak out too much. You don't move. very much so they don't attack you. Everyone near the chuck wagon, you guys, you'll see out of the corner of your eye movement behind some of the cows. And you will see, well, I'll say Mr. Pete. No, you're the one that's oblivious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, are you observant? You know what? Why don't you give me a notice roll, and we'll see what you see.
Got it. 8.
Yeah, you
Fatigue
see
and everything.
You see a familiar looking man. You see a Native American in an old army jacket with different feathers and trinkets and fetishes about him. In the fashion of a shaman, his name is Tosair, and his war band is all around the chuck wagon. It specifically says they target the chuck wagon, so it's funny that you guys got your spot back right now.
That's funny.
I didn't know that before I agreed to it either.
That's dope.
Yeah, it just happened that way. But yeah, so you guys are surrounded by. Are they Native Americans? Oh, they might actually be, which is interesting. Because last time he attacked you, it was not with fellow. He was the only one.
That's right. He was with another squad, but now he's with a war tribe.
Look at his bird boy, Pete.
It is Bird Boy.
I don't know. I've never seen him before. Who is that? Who's Bird Boy? Is he one of Mr. Daffodil's companions? Traveling showman, perhaps?
I don't think he's friendly.
So what you see, his warband is depicted as a group of young warriors from a variety of tribes, all of whom have become frustrated with the old ways and the elders' inability to stand up to the whites' demands. So they are a group of young men that are fed up with the treatment of their people, and they've kind of formed this group to take what they need. And do what they can for their people. But, I mean, in this particular instance, they are attacking you unprovoked. Let's see. And it's because, just to recap, Tosair has a personal grudge against Sutter, who he does not know is not here today.
I think he also might have a personal grudge against
Thomas.
fucking Butch. Yeah, didn't Butch shoot him in the back?
Yeah, Butch, he does not like Butch either.
I believe it was James Daffodil that one-shotted his ass and caused him to run
James
away.
Daffodil also, James Daffodil beat his ass too. But Butch did shoot him in the back while he was riding away.
Mm-hmm.
Bad form.
There's a little bit of a difference. Daffy shot him during combat. Butch did not. Butch shot him in the back, unprovoked. But yeah, so that's what's going on. You guys are surrounded by Tosair's warband. Let me get back to the page. I'm pretty excited here. Yes, and just for the record, because it has come up, and things have been said in chat a couple times, and I just want to make sure it's clear, we are going to refer to these people as Native Americans. We are never going to refer to them as Indians or savages. Those things are unacceptable, and that is hate speech. So we will just,
Absolutely.
I'll put a point on that just in case it's unclear. Please refrain from those sorts of talkings.
Easy to do, no problem.
Let's see.
No hate speech in my normal life. Especially because I got that background, but whatever.
Yeah, it's really easy to cut out when you don't do it. Normally. So, oh yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, here we go. I'm back on the page. Yeah, the bat swarm comes in. The fear that you feel come over you isn't specifically from the bats. It's from some sort of like primal human fear of like the dark itself almost. But you guys both shake it off. And then they're going to break out from the cow and they're going to attack. But before we draw our cards, before we enter this combat, we're going to have to see how all this turns out next time.
Oh man, we shouldn't even fight these guys, man. We should tell them that we blew up a fucking train and we killed a bunch of military guys. They probably like us.
Maybe. Who knows?
True.
We've caused more havoc in this fucking countryside than they have.
You guys have caused so much fucking havoc. If you guys were like going to towns and shit and like trying to lay low, someone might figure it out. But you guys are like out in the range this whole time. No one knows who you are or where you're coming from or what's going on.
Yeah, we've made anonymous trouble basically out in the wilds so far, which is the best place to make anonymous trouble.
Yeah, right now there's rumors of like the Reckoners going around and killing shit out here. People don't know what's going on. It's good stuff. But no, you guys crushed it tonight. Tonight was fun.
What are we doing tomorrow night, John?
Tomorrow night we are playing The Expanse.
Oh shit!
We are going to be missing one of our regulars, Leighton. He has to attend to some stunt fight coordination classes, which is a pretty cool reason to miss. So we always support him anytime he can get, further up the chain. Anytime he can, go do it, man. We support you. Taking his place for the game will be our own Kevin, down seen below. He will be playing a, as of yet named character tomorrow night in the Age system on The Expanse by Green Ronin Publishing. Friday night. Is Friday night? No, Friday night's not the thing. Right?
No, the 16th and the 30th.
16th and the 30th. Yeah, so Friday night we will probably be playing some board games again. And then Saturday we will have our very first episode of the Fresh Out the Podcast, where we will be talking with our friend Drew Munhausen. It'll be me, Gary, and Drew, and we will be talking about all things nerdy. We'll be talking about Kickstarters that are going on right now.
I'll be talking about TV shows that I've been watching that are not good.
TV shows.
I'm talking about a movie that I watched on Netflix today that was not good. That I'm not only so I watched it, right, and then I watched another movie, and then I went back and watched all of my favorite scenes from the first movie, which was Dynasty Warriors on Netflix.
Oh, it was bad?
Oh, buddy.
I'm not surprised.
Based off of the video game, and it made me laugh out loud 4 or 5 or 6 times. I don't think that it knows that it's funny. It is an awful piece of shit action.
There's also the new Dungeons & Dragons upcoming movie with Michelle Rodriguez in it. They've been releasing some costume design on that, which is almost guaranteed to flop. I'm very excited about that. It should be fun.
There's also the new Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance game that came out on Xbox Game Pass, and that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, nice. So we're just going to be talking about everything nerdy that we are personally interested in, or that we hear is coming out, or that is out, and that we've been messing with. So you guys, if you guys want some nerd news, if you guys want to get plugged in, we kind of we tend to know some stuff. We're in the know in the community. So go ahead and join us on Saturday at 8 o'clock Central Standard. We're going to be filming 2 episodes, and then we will later upload those onto Spotify as a podcast. Scion and the World of Darkness are both getting TV series. Yes, I knew about World of Darkness. World of Darkness is getting a TV series. I'm pretty psyched. That's going to be a fucked up TV show.
We need to play the game.
Yeah, we do. Whenever the show's coming out, I think that would be kind of the timing we're looking for.
Yep. Ride that wave, baby.
Yeah, ride that wave.
That's just fucking marketing. That's just, if anybody's like, that's business, bro. That's a smart thing to do. We're gonna fucking tweet. We're gonna catch the hashtags.
And these are indie guys, so leave them alone.
Yeah, man. We make like negative $200 a month on this hobby. So
we do. We are getting
slack, man.
We do get cash money, but we're spending more than we're getting by way too much. So hey, we're having fun doing it. So don't forget to like, follow, all that good stuff. Luckily, we got some bits earlier when Brad rated, so that was cool.
Yes.
Everybody have yourself a good night, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow with everybody here for the first time on a Thursday. So everybody have yourself a good night. We're going to go ahead and raid our buddy D-Foob. Stick around if you want to be a part of that, and have a wonderful evening.
I was just getting about the fuck out of my face thing.
Oh, vampire. Like, you need to even say, make sure that you're available for vampire.
For vampire, yeah, man.
We'll definitely think of you. Have a good night, everybody.